Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe, Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans. Welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther III, and tonight, fans, you're in for a treat. I have a gentleman that did pretty much something for me and Sassy Chica and many of independent wrestlers that they probably thought never, ever they'd be virtual and be able people to be them and select them and have fun with them. This gentleman has done that and made it pretty much what I love seeing independent wrestlers get their name out there in a way that they thought they never would be flourished. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to the founder of BCW Nation Network. Welcome, Dudes at Ringside, brother. Welcome.
Thank you very much, and it's finally an honor and a privilege to just get to meet you and sit down and talk with you. You know, I love social media and I love the connection that we could connect with people all around the world, and I love wrestling and yeah, I feel like this community really needs someone to really bring light to wrestlers in the independent scene, especially in the video game world, because growing up as a kid, I always feel like, what do you ever realize? What would I ever be if I was in a video game? And you know what? Maybe I could get that early in the independent scene. You know, so they're here in BCW. I like to create people and give them some light and some shine and into the video game world, and hopefully it gives them enough promotion to get themselves out there into the real world.
So when did you get started with being a fan of like the independent wrestling scene?
Oh, that's very recently. Really what got me started to being a fan of independent wrestling is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, hands down. Because I'm from Montreal myself, especially from NDG, and I could relate with Sami and Kevin, and I really thought, like, you know what? Maybe I should give the future of pro wrestling a chance. You know, it's not really popular. I was really like, if you're not mainstream, I ain't gonna watch it. But you know what? These are the wrestlers from in today, then might be in the future. You know, future stars. So might as well get to know them now. And I gave a shot at watching my first independent wrestling promotion. I'm wearing the hoodie right now, IWS, and yeah, really loved it. The experience was awesome, and I never turned back since. Now I'm always at the IWS shows. I'm always checking out the independent scene, whether it be all around the world, Japan, United States, and Canada. I just love it, and just when I see someone make it to the big times, and I'm like, you know what? I've seen that guy before. I could see what he could do and the potential he has in this company. So I rather know the person before they get famous, pretty much type of ordeal.
Yeah, that's so cool what you do for these indie wrestlers. Like I can imagine when you meet these people and you explain who you are and what is it like to actually meet a person you've created in the video game?
Mm. I love the enjoyment that they express to me. You know, just like, wow, I never thought I'd actually be in a video game. Like I said before, I thought I had to make it somewhere in a certain stature to ever make it into a video game. But now you have these creation and this community creation where you could just create any and everything. So I thought, you know what? Let me create some independent wrestlers. You know, give some light into the independent scene, because I know even me, I was in the music scene for a long period of time in my life, still am, and I realized that I never had an opportunity to really get myself out there, to have that person that really says, you know what, I want to push your stuff. I believe in your work. I believe people only show that love when you make it. And I feel like, you know what, I rather show that love now that when you make it, it's all more as a success that I could enjoy and you could enjoy too. So I love just bringing that love and light into the world.
Yep, that's awesome, dude. So normally, how long does it take to make the wrestlers?
Oh, see, I've been doing this for so long, like as a kid, playing like the first SmackDown games,
Oh,
SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown versus Raw, like all those like classic games. Like, uh, I've always used to create wrestlers. I played a game just to create things. Also, by the time like I wasn't fortunate enough to like buy the new consoles or buy the new game that's coming out or whatever. I was just fortunate enough to have the game that I have. So what I would do is I would create that wrestler that you would get in the future games that I'm just playing it on SmackDown and I'm creating them on SmackDown. The wrestlers that would be on SmackDown too, I would have them on SmackDown because I created them. And I just had a passion for sketching and just arts in general. So I find it fairly easy for me to create a character. Now, for how long it takes, for my experience, not that long. I feel like for the detailing is the one that takes the longest. If you have to do with tattoos or they have different facial structures. But generally, creating a whole individual take me 30 minutes to an hour.
hmm.
The longer process is the move sets, the tapes that I have to watch and all that, which is fun because I get to experience that wrestler that I haven't even met before.
Mm. Yeah, that's the crazy thing about independent wrestling. You can instantly go while you're creating the thing. You could like leave it on the screen and go to your phone and just look the wrestlers up on YouTube, and just be like, okay, he does a back body drop into like a swanton bomb. Okay, she likes to do a spear leading into like a side kick. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then you
Yeah.
try to find it in the moves. Crazy. Like how many independent wrestlers have you honestly created in the game, or in there is there still slots still available?
Um, yeah, there's still slots, and I mean, there's some wrestlers where just don't tend to use anymore. I'll put them online for other people to download. Um, a lot of my timing now is such an issue for me. So I don't have much times to create a lot of the wrestlers. So my main focus is if there's someone that created it, I could quickly download it, like fix it up a bit, and just make sure the show is up and running. If I have time to create wrestlers, personally, I have about 50 of my own creations but in various games because I do have both this year's game and last year's game.
Mm. Yeah, it stinks for me because I didn't get a chance to get my hands on the 2025 edition. I feel bad saying that. And it's so cool you put me with the beard. I was
Oh
like,
yes.
you added the beard. I was like,
Oh
you
oh
added the
yes.
beard.
Updating is my thing. Like if you change your hairstyle color, I'll get on that immediately. And
I
if I
actually have
don't,
these
I love how
glasses.
the wrestlers interact with me. Oh
These are
yes,
the original. These are the original glasses.
those are the classic ones that I have in the game. Yes.
These are the OG. These are the neutral red glasses with the
Oh
lenses.
nice.
And then it called them the thick boys.
Oh, those were the bad boys.
Those are my thick boys. They're thick. I may break them out and bring them to the show with me. I'm going to a wrestling show in Mayfield, Pennsylvania this Saturday. It should be loads of fun. Some new action, some fun action.
You ever thought of putting some tapes in the middle like the Dudley boys?
It's funny when my persona originally back in the day was Joe the Greeter, and I drew on a pair of glasses one day, and I was like, "This kind of looks cool wearing glasses." And I took them off, and then when I got the persona of Joe the Greeter and Joe Panther the Third, I put the glasses on, and certain people kind of knocked me and made fun of me, and they said it looks stupid, and I
Yeah.
was like, I feel that the red glasses are different.
Yeah.
That's why I wear them. They're different. And they
stand out. They stand
They
out.
stand out
It's
when I'm
you.
at shows. The people actually see me and they're like, "Oh shit, there's Joe." Like,
Yes,
there he
yes.
is, just red glasses. There's Joe with the blue jacket. Because I have a blue jacket, I have a green jacket, like a light green one. I have a
Mm.
Christmas one, with a little gingerbread man on. That one only comes out around Christmas. I don't know if I can wear that now. It'd be kind of like, get him! It's Thanksgiving, idiot! Like, I need to get a Halloween one, but the green one's kind of like Halloween.
You need to get one for all the seasons, to be honest with you.
I got my tailor. She's supposed to be working on another jacket for me, but the guy, the wrestler that you had me working with, he keeps telling me he's gonna pay me, but I haven't seen a paycheck yet. So
Okay.
The richest guy in the Canadian wrestling scene, he says he's gonna pay me, but I haven't seen a paycheck. So. He gave me that gold jacket, but I can't seem to put my hand in the video game and pull it out, and I want to wear it
Oh
in real
yeah,
life.
yeah.
So, like, let's talk about your shows. Like, how long does it take you to put them together? Like, do you have to like write it in a notebook? Like, who's fighting every week so you don't keep doing the same matches?
Oh well, due to my busy schedule in life, there's sometimes where I just have to think of things on the fly. Or like I would see what did I did last week. I'll just be like, okay, this is how she won, this is how this segment turned out. You know what, boom, I'm gonna think about it on the fly. It's kind of like a Vince McMahon approach to it, where like when your script changes the hour of, and now you have type of thing where I feel like I could do that because it's only video game characters, but when you're dealing with people, I don't think that's the uh fun the most pleasant way to do things, because now you have to deal with people's feelings and emotions and the fact that they practiced and studied hard to learn this script and now you're changing it. So with the gaming, it's kind of like, oh, you could free roam, you could do whatever you want, and kind of make everyone look good at the end of the day.
Yeah. Is there any like thought that like, wow, I never thought I would be doing this on the YouTube and like the internet and stuff like that?
Yes, to be honest, like I said, I've been doing this for many years and it was just a hobby of mine, I never thought, hey, you know what? Let me just start a YouTube channel and just put this out. I feel like what got me started was, I sat at home for a while and I just had some time on my hands. I was like, you know what? I was watching a stream of Kai Cenat, some young folks, just doing their thing. And I was just like, you know what? Why don't I just like post my stuff? It's content. I feel like even with just art, never keep it to yourself. Always just put it out there. Express yourself. Even if anyone hates it, people love it. Who cares? It's yours. So I was just like, you know what? Let me just do this thing. Post it up. I was getting views here and there, but at the end of the day, I realized that that's not the point of it. At the end of the day, is for me to show my love for pro wrestling by creating independent wrestlers and making sure they get their shine. And I just didn't want to create anybody. It had to be specifically independent wrestlers.
Like, has YouTube ever come down on you? Because I know there's a lot of videos, like for a while, my videos on Facebook were getting flagged and getting copyright. And has that ever come down on you before with YouTube?
No. With music, it's an issue. I'd really love to actually put entrance music for all the entrances, but unfortunately, I can't do that. If I start a video from scratch or like have my own music that I could play, sure. But at the end of the day, I don't have any videos monetized. So I'm pretty sure that's the reason why I'm not getting caught up into any legal things. But and also I don't put any music. So at the end of the day, it's free content that I'm just giving out to the world.
Awesome. Do you have any shows? Any other new BCW shows coming up soon?
Well, tonight in as we're recording, should be the BCW Dojo episode 8, which is gonna have champion versus champion night, where we're gonna see Frank Milano take on that Kyle and Mr. Marvelous, your guy, which now you're managing, in a triple threat match in a champion versus champion versus champion. And for the ladies' side, we're going to have Leah Spark, which is the worldwide champion, versus Danny Leo, which is now currently the BCW Internet champion, and that she just won it off of Sam Kelly. And you're going to see that all tonight. And other shows, basically, no, I have BCW Dojo, which airs every Wednesday night, and the BCW Adrenaline, which airs every Sunday nights. And for any PLEs or pay-per-views, I air them all on Saturdays.
Oh wow. Yeah, I guess you learned by what WWE's doing. Don't do the pay-per-views on Sundays anymore.
Oh yeah, exactly. I realized in the beginning, I started the pay-per-views on Sundays. It wasn't doing so well, so I was like, you know what? Maybe I should go around that route as well.
Yeah, I don't get that because as a kid, you all remember pay-per-views are on Sundays. I guess the kids can't stay up and watch the pay-per-views and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like that.
with school or yeah, I mean that was a big problem of me watching certain wrestling stuff when I was growing up.
Yeah,
Especially Monday Night Raw, which I had school the next day. There was no way I could watch it. You get that little sneak in.
yeah. I tried. I didn't even have TV in my room. I just would hear on the bus stop or hear in the school. Oh my God! Did you hear Stone Cold did that to The Rock? Or
Oh
did you hear
yeah.
Stone Cold did this to Vince? And I was like, what? No way! Oh wow! And then I'm like, I didn't even see it. Why am I saying wow? Like idiot. No. Um, before we go, if my fans want to follow the YouTube channel and your social medias, how can they find you?
Yes, you can find me on all platforms at YNGEZ Gaming. So that's YNGEZ Gaming on all platforms. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, you name it. And follow me on Instagram for all storyline purposes, stories. And also on X, which is gonna have their own little storylines of and little shows, which matches have to be under the 2 minute mark if I'm not mistaken. And then you can also find some matches on TikTok. So check that out. But make sure you follow me on Instagram to find out the next storylines and to watch everything on YouTube.
Awesome. Big guy, I am so thankful to have you on the podcast. And thanks again for making Sassy Chica. Sassy Chica says thank you, as you
Oh,
heard
no
before.
problem.
Recording. She
Anytime,
said thank you
anytime.
so much. She thinks it's so cool to be known that she's on the internet and people are able. First, she was kind of like, oh God, people could play as me. And then I said, Angela, they could literally push the download button and you're able to be in their games. And she goes, ew, some creepy wrestling fan wants to play as me. And I'm like, well, technically they're hiring you as an assassin. You're kicking someone's ass. She goes, well, that sounds like a good thing to me. But still,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
playing it by some sweaty wrestling fan in the basement. I'm like, wow, I live in a basement. That's not nice. She had to go real with it. I'm like, ah, real. She's my big sister. She goes real about everything. But thank you so much for choosing Dudes at Ringside. Thank you for coming on. And I like to say, before we go, if there was any kids inspiring to do like what I do, a podcasting, or do what you do by making characters and playing video game, getting content out there, what kind of advice would you have for them?
Oh, don't follow anyone. Stick to your game plan. I mean, make a game plan for one. Stick to it. Stay consistent, and don't listen to the haters. You're gonna get your ups and you're gonna get your downs. Don't make it mentally drag you down. Just make sure you stay focused, and at the end of the day, you will bear the fruits of your labor.
Awesome. Dude, thank you so much for having me on coming on the pod. I'm Joe Panther the Third.
I am Young Easy from
And
the
we will
BCW Network.
BCW Network. And we will catch you in the next one.